Co-regulation is essential, but calming emotions isn't the whole story. Today we'll look at what co-regulation really is, how the nervous system works, and the deeper meaning of self-regulation through the Jewish lens, and what it truly means to be a self-regulated person. My name is Efrat Amira. I'm a mom of 3 boys, ages 4, 8, and 12. I'm a parenting coach, and I'm passionate about applying ancient wisdom into the way that we parent our children today. Now let's dive in. What does self-regulation mean? Self-regulation is that we are able to not be overwhelmed by stress in our life, and we're able to handle things that are coming our way and not get thrown off because of them. A regulated person is a person who has a wide window of tolerance, meaning that he can tolerate situations in his life without going into extreme fight, flight, or freeze responses. This idea is taken from the book Nurturing Resilience by Kathy Kane and Stephen Terrell. So as you all know, children have a very narrow window of tolerance. What does that mean? Children get overwhelmed with emotions very easily. Every little thing throws them off. They're hungry, they're tired, they're upset, they're frustrated, they're angry. Whatever it is, they are completely being thrown off by their emotions and have no control over themselves, especially when they're young. But if we don't work on this with our children, this will continue even when they're older. And as we know, there are many adults who cannot control their own emotions. So our aim is to help our children to widen their window of tolerance. And the way that we do it is by co-regulating with our children. What does it mean to co-regulate with our children? Basically, what it means is that we are lending our children our calm nervous system because we need to teach their nervous system what it feels like to be calm under a stressful situation. The message that we are conveying to our children is that they are safe. You are safe although you are angry and mad and frustrated and sad. You're still safe, meaning that you can be calm in your body and feel those emotions at the same time. The more we practice this co-regulation with our children, the more they will develop their window of tolerance and they will be able to self-regulate themselves as they grow up. Practically what this looks like is that whenever our children are overwhelmed with emotions, we calm ourselves down, we go over to them and help them calm their bodies, whether it's with something physical like taking a deep breath, feeling their feet on the floor, hugging them, swaying side to side, taking them outside, looking at them in a way that is soothing, using a tone of voice that is very low and slow. All these non-verbal cues that we give our children help them develop the part of their nervous system that is not developed yet, which is the ventral vagal part of their nervous system. It's a part of their vagus nerve that is called the ventral vagal part. Now, with repetition and with doing this over and over and over again, that part of their nervous system is going to grow, is going to develop, is going to mature, and they will be able to put it online when they need to regulate themselves. Now, here is where I want to take this a step deeper. The issue with this is that many parents have a narrow window of tolerance themselves. And to understand this on a deeper level, I want to talk about what self-regulation actually is. What does it mean to be a self-regulated person? If we think about the word regulation, regulation means control. So self-regulation means that we need to control our self, control the self. That means we need to take the self and put it in its appropriate place. What is the self's appropriate place? When the self is in the center, when we are concerned about ourselves in the moment, what we are doing, we're provoking emotions that are negative. We are provoking emotions that make us be triggered. We are provoking worry, fear, sadness, frustration, anxiety. That is when our focus is on ourself. But if we take ourself out of the equation and we self-regulate, meaning we control the self, we take it out of the equation, then we're able to actually be in the moment of what is actually happening and the thoughts that are making us so triggered in the situation that we cannot handle our children's emotions. So what does it mean to regulate the self? What does it mean to take myself and put it out where it needs to be and not in the center? It means that I have to connect to what's happening in the moment. What is actually truly happening in the moment is that I'm seeing a child who is immature, whose brain is not developed, and who needs my help to practice right now, and he needs to lend my nervous system right now in order to help him regulate. That is the truth of what's happening right now. The truth of what's happening right now is very simple. My child needs me, and I can be there for him to help him develop his window of tolerance, to help him grow and mature. And the more that I do this, if I do this over and over and over again, the less situations like this I will have in the future, the less situation like this he will have in the future, because he will be able to deal with his emotions in a better way. That is the only thing that needs to occupy my mind in those situations when I'm triggered by my child. If I keep that mindset, I will be able to do my job and help co-regulate with my child so they can learn self-regulation. There is a ton of parenting information out there. Books, YouTube, podcasts, social media. But you know what's missing? What's missing is daily guidance. How to deal with the day-to-day situations with our kids when they're not doing their homework, when they're not cleaning the room, when they're fighting all day, when they're just not cooperative, when they're being bullied at school. Every day presents so many challenges as parents that we need to deal with on a daily basis, and many times it feels like we need to do it all alone. That is why I created the Parenting Wisdom community. In this community, you will get daily support from me, where you can post your questions, things that are troubling you in your parenting, and I will guide you step by step on how to deal with it. In addition, you're going to get monthly parenting workshops that are going to be exclusive to this group. Find all the details in the link in the comments. I hope to see many of you there. Now, I want to connect this idea to a very interesting idea that I learned from the book Winning Every Moment by Dr. Yechiel Harari. Dr. Yechiel Harari teaches that every moment we are pulled by two forces inside of us. The force that is egocentric and disconnected from others, and the force that always wants to connect and wants to give to others. When we are in a constant battle inside of us. Every moment I need to decide to win the battle. How do I win the battle? I win the battle by overcoming my egocentric, disconnected part of me that pulls me to my negative emotions. Every moment I need to win over my negative emotions and over that part of me that is disconnecting me from others, that is disconnecting me from my true self, that is taking me down and keeping me stuck where I am and making me overwhelmed and triggered. So every moment we have an opportunity to win that battle inside of us. And in this lifelong journey that we have, if we focus on this moment, how do I win this moment and that moment and the next moment and the moment after that? If we win 80% of those moments, again, we don't have to be perfect. We're not going to be successful at this every time. That is just the nature of being a human. But if I win 80% of the time, if I win 70% of the time, what will be the end result? The end result is going to be that I'm going to be a connected parent. I'm going to be a parent that teaches my child self-regulated. I'm going to be a parent that teaches my child how to win their own inner battles and how to succeed in overcoming their negative emotions. And I'm going to give them a gift for life so they can, in their life, win every moment of the struggle that they have inside of them. Win 80, maybe 90% of the time. And in essence and in general, have a life that is more whole, have a life where they bring their true self into being every moment and they are connected to who they actually are and who they are here, and they are exposing the potential of who they can be in this world. So by winning my battles every moment in parenting, I'm giving my children the gift and teaching them to win their own battles. If you enjoyed this episode, check out another episode where I talk about the importance of teaching our children that they are not in the center.